Today we are going to perform Kirby-Bauer antibiotic sensitivity test to determine the sensitivity or resistance of various pathogenic bacteria to various antimicrobial compounds in order to diagnose and selecting treatment options for the patients. The pathogenic organism is grown on molar Hinton agar in the presence of various antimicrobial impregnated filter paper discs. To perform the experiment, we require molar Hinton agar plate, various antimicrobial discs, a sterile cotton swab, sterile loop, sterile forceps, a marker pen. First of all, we take the bacterial culture and pick several colonies from this culture and mix these colonies in sterile saline solution. Dip the swab in the saline and spread it on molar Hinton agar plate completely. Now aseptically place antimicrobial discs on the plate at even distance. After putting disc on the plate, gently press it. Sterilize the forceps and place other antimicrobial disc on agar. Again sterilize the forceps. In the same way, apply other discs on the agar plate. After applying all the discs, incubate the plate at 37 degrees centigrade for 24 to 48 hours. After that, we will measure the zones of inhibitions which will be formed around the discs. After 24 hours, these are the results of antibiotic disc sensitivity test. As you can see that zones are formed around only two antibiotics, ciprofloxacin and gentamicin. Whereas penicillin, ampicillin and amoxicillin did not show any effect on bacteria around them. Now we need to know that either this organism is resistant or sensitive to ciprofloxacin and gentamicin. For this, we shall measure the zones of inhibitions or zones of no growth using a scale. The size of zone of ciprofloxacin is approximately 20 mm, whereas the size around gentamicin is 18 mm. Now we can compare the results with the measurements present in guideline chart. If the zone of inhibition of ciprofloxacin is equals to 15 mm or smaller than that, then the organism is resistant to it. If zone is 16 to 20 mm, then organism is intermediately resistant. Whereas if the zone is 21 mm or above, then ciprofloxacin, then organism is sensitive to ciprofloxacin. For gentamicin, the zone is 12 mm, then the organism is resistant. If the zone is 13 to 14 mm, then organism is intermediately resistant. And if the zone is 15 millimeter or more, then organism is sensitive to gentamicin. Our results have shown that this organism is sensitive to gentamicin, less sensitive to ciprofloxacin, and resistant to penicillin, ampicillin, and amoxicillin.